John, I'm so sorry.
Wow. Do I do
No,
that?
I'm just remembering that time we were doing a TV interview. Do you remember this? And you were in the
Oh,
green
about the
room.
the figures?
No, no.
All right, everyone. We are so excited to have Triple Espresso, a highly caffeinated comedy, coming to join us at the Baker Center for the Arts on the campus of Enterprise State Community College, January 25th, which is a Sunday at 2 o'clock. These gentlemen, there are three of them. We have two of them with us today. Have performed everywhere around the country and pretty much anywhere laughter is needed most. They will be joining us on Sunday, and this is an incredibly funny, family friendly musical and magical event. And so I'd like to welcome Patrick and John to join us today. And thank you so much for being with us. So we have a couple of questions for you guys, and looking forward to having you. It's going to be a great time. So,
You're so
Yeah,
excited. Yeah.
I know we are.
yeah.
It's gonna be great fun. And sorry we can only bring you the double cappuccino portion of triple espresso today. But
Oh,
there are three of
yeah.
us, we promise.
Hey,
Yeah.
I did get my triple espresso this morning as
Oh,
a part of
Mm.
our theme interview today. So
Oh
I'm,
yeah.
getting
we
caffeinated up for you as well.
That's nice. Thank you for that.
excellent. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So before we start, are y'all more coffee people or sleep is enough people? I think I might have a guess.
Wait, are you
Uh,
asking? So you're saying, are we coffee people or sleep is enough? Oh, so I
Yes.
see what you mean. Sleep makes.
yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I'm like this every morning at 6 a.m. I'm like a farmer that doesn't farm. I could be up at
Yeah.
4 and just be like, hi, everybody. Me. And my wife is the opposite.
Yeah. I tend to get up at 3:30 or 4, but um, yeah, I love coffee. In fact, I put espresso beans in my CPAP machine. So just I want to start the
Oh,
day right. I think
right,
that's the
right. I
healthiest
love
way to
that.
go. Yeah.
Man, what a hack. That needs to be shared on
Yeah.
social media.
It's the doctors do not recommend this, by the way.
Right, right. Um, so with the two of you, if you were a coffee order, what would it be?
Oh man, I love what is it called? Americano is my
Okay.
thing.
Those
Yeah,
are
yeah, because iced Americano, and I bring that back to the origins of Americano or the Second World War when the probably First World War when the people went over there, the soldiers went over to Europe. They didn't want.
Hmm.
They were like espresso. Oh my gosh, I just have normal. Can we put water in this? Anyway, I put
yeah.
water in my coffee because
Yeah.
and yeah, yeah. So I'm a nice Americano guy.
No,
Mhm.
I like my Americano hot, but now if you were to ask about my character in the show,
Mm.
he would be a single macchiato, extra bitter, most
Yeah,
likely.
yeah, yes. That's
Yeah,
right.
that would
Yeah.
be that would be the character that I play. He's
Oh,
a tad bitter. You might even
Yes.
say he's espresso without any water pressed through it. Just
Right.
chomp on the grounds.
And
ooh.
this guy right here, I'm pointing at Patrick. He would have me be decaffeinated as much as possible because
I
I'm annoying on a level that is like, please decaf.
yeah, it's
To
it's
him,
true.
yes.
Hey,
Yeah.
that that gives us a pretty good clue, I think, of what to expect maybe
Right.
on Sunday. So,
Yep.
The two of us, and John and I started doing triple espresso the same day,
mhm.
April 1st of the year 2000. So we're almost 26 years of performances doing the show. I think both of us started thinking we'd, grab a weekend or two here and there.
Mhm.
And then 26 years later, we're like, hey, this is still fun. We're still doing it.
Yep.
Um,
Hey.
but we're the best of friends and bitter rivalries on stage. So
Yes.
you're going to see some real acting, folks.
Okay,
Yes.
Because
that's
yeah,
excellent.
yeah.
Yep.
I love that. I think, for our audience that may not be, here as familiar with your group, I think it's going to be quite dynamic. We've been talking about, it's three gentlemen that are going to come and do a little magic and do a little comedy, and it's very family friendly. And so I think, really looking forward to all the parts and pieces that y'all are going to be bringing,
Mhm.
here. So y'all have performed in so many places. So what makes a theater audience different from any other crowd?
Well, I will say that one of the interesting things that we learned in Ireland when we went to do Ireland was how quick the audiences were on little references that usually you hear don't get big laughs. There's a
Oh
moment
yeah.
in the show where there's a moment in the show where I have gotten us a gig at this wonderful theater in New York, famous Carnegie Hall, and
Hmm.
and I said I didn't know we wouldn't be in the big room, and then I goes, we weren't even in the little room, we were in the restroom. So I got us a gig at the restroom. Sorry to give up a part of the show here, but at Carnegie Hall, we were in the restroom, Carnegie Hall. Well, the audience laughed on I didn't know we wouldn't be in the big room. They didn't even wait for the next line. They were already there on that moment of like, yeah, that's all you had to say. We weren't in
Yeah,
the big room,
Yeah.
So go
I
ahead,
would
that's
say,
Patrick.
excellent.
I mean, it's I've done a lot of video and TV type of work,
Mhm.
and you don't get the feedback that you get. A live audience is great. Now, there's always, of course, the possibility you'll get pummeled with pomegranates. Should you not please the people in the crowd?
Yeah.
We haven't had much of that, have we, John? We've
No, we
done pretty
haven't.
well,
Yep.
Mhm.
but just a live audience is I think the reason why we're able to sustain this. Both John and I have almost 4,000 performances of the show under our belt, and because
Mhm.
every audience is different,
Mhm.
just a little bit, you can say, "Oh, this is kind of like that audience, 2003, Portland, Oregon. Remember them?" Yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah.
but for the most part, you have to pay attention in live theater because things can happen, things can go wrong, or since we don't have a fourth wall here, the audience is yet another character in the show. You're not entirely certain how they're going to react to things. So you got to be ready for a lot. It
Yeah.
keeps you on your
Mhm.
toes.
Yeah. So this is going to be pretty interactive as well for the
Yep. The
audience.
audience is in the
Yeah, it's not
reality of
not
the
a
show
ton,
we're
but a
doing.
little bit. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I mean, you don't want people coming and saying, "Oh my goodness, they're going to be using 110 of us." There's a couple of things, and trust me, if you do get called on, you'll be the bigger person for it because one of our rules is we always have the audience members above where the performers are. So we
Mhm.
we we tend to walk away the idiots. I mean,
Yep.
you are going to see us relive all of our show business failures.
Oh,
Right.
right.
So
Right.
that's how it's wrapped up when you're going to see all this variety of stuff, music and magic and all these other things. Understand
Yeah.
that each of those moments is tied to a disaster that
Oh
we
yeah.
Right.
And
experienced when we were trying to make it big.
and we've
Yeah.
learned over time, Patrick and I, especially because we're two people in the show who bring people on stage for something.
Mhm.
We've learned over time to spot the person who should come up. They shouldn't be somebody who wants to come up too much, and we can
Mhm.
tell when somebody does not want to come up, and
Yeah,
we
Right.
do not make a person that doesn't want to come up.
right.
So
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
don't want to fight.
Yeah, we don't want to fight. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that sounds great. I'm very, very excited to
yeah.
see.
And if you don't want to get called on, just
Mhm.
come to the theater wearing a Hawaiian shirt. We'll never pick on you.
Yeah, there's something about Hawaiian shirt guys.
No, something about a guy willing to wear a
Yeah.
Hawaiian shirt to the theater. I'm afraid
We
of
might
that
get a
guy.
lot of them in Florida, dude.
Yeah, that's true. That's
Yeah.
true. It's
Hey, we're pretty
entirely
close to
different.
Florida. We're
I
only about
know, I
90
know, I know.
minutes
I was just
from
meant I
Panama
think we're
City.
there
So,
before you, right? We're gonna be
Yeah,
our tour
couple
is
of
there
days,
before
and
we
then
go
we.
to yeah, okay. Anyway.
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, cool. So what is the weirdest or funniest moment that's ever happened live on stage that you still can't believe happened?
Well,
Ooh.
what was the one we just had? This is not really live on stage, but the other day we were like a week ago we were in Minneapolis looking down at the stage, and the stage floor is the same floor. It's like not elevated as like the first row of seats. Okay.
Hmm.
And we see a woman just go up to the piano and sit down on our set.
Oh
And
my gosh.
one of our I don't want to say ushers because she's spot up and everything, all
Yeah.
kinds of stuff. Asa
Hmm.
was like, no, no, no. And she walked down and she's like, went up and talked to the woman, like, what are you doing? Get off the stage. I was being funny, whatever. That was
There's
odd,
Oh,
but I mean, I only
yeah.
remember that because that's recent.
yeah.
Well, I
Yeah.
don't. John, do you remember that night in Portland, Oregon? I don't. We did Portland, Maine, and Portland, Oregon. We did all the Portlands.
Was it the woman who
Right,
said,
right.
the South
Yes,
shall rise again?
yes. Pick up thy sword and walk. We had a woman sitting right up front
Hmm.
that let's just say I think she thought she was in the cast. I think she was having some issues
I think she was
or
having some kind of Alzheimer
or something,
issues,
but
and they
she
were saying, yeah.
Yeah.
interacted with us the whole show, and it just got funnier and funnier because
Well, it was all weird.
it was all
Yeah.
weird, but you had uh, no idea what she was going to say. I
Yeah,
think at
yeah.
one time she said to one of the characters, "Going, where's your lipstick?" Just
Yeah, weird things.
and you're having to, you see, because we are a show that, we don't invite that.
Mhm.
No.
So don't
Right.
come saying, "Oh boy, they can't wait till we throw the lipstick line at them."
Right.
But fortunately, being improv type actors, we're
Right.
somewhat prepared for that, and we were able to keep the show on track. But she spent the entirety of the show trying to just knock us off track. Fortunately, the
Hey.
audience,
I have
was
these
right
What a-
on board with her. They had fun.
I have these
What a
giant
what a
cards.
great
Oh, sorry. I have these giant cards I use for this one act where the idea is this guy. It looks easy to flip these cards, and then the guy gets on
Mhm.
stage and they're not. Blah blah
Mhm.
blah. And I had one guy who took these giant cards and started flinging them like guillotines through the audience, and these things could honestly cut somebody. And that's
Oh my
where I just
gosh.
go, okay, let's hear it for Bob, everybody. Take him off
Yeah.
stage and just cut to the next thing, and we're done with the
Yeah.
bit. Like I'm like, the nice thing about doing the show so much is that you know what, we're if this thing doesn't end funny because of this, we're on to the next funny thing in a second and we'll be fine.
Yeah.
You know.
Right.
There's
It's a very
hundreds
good
and hundreds, hundreds of laughs. And so
Yeah, yeah.
if one doesn't land, we say just leave it. Don't think about it. You say just move on to the next thing because eventually they're going to be on board. It's
Yep.
fun.
Yeah. I love the improvisation, and it's a great opportunity for the yes and
Yes.
Yes.
so in those situations, and hey, sometimes we need a little challenge
Yes.
from our experiences. So that's really great. Hopefully our audience will be a little more tame. We'll see.
We kind of
You
had a
know.
fun experience this last run because and I won't give it away. It doesn't matter. There's a line that I usually say this, and this, and one night I forgot the second half of the line, and that happens twice. There's a callback of that little
Mhm.
later, and I said this, and then what's the next line? And all of a sudden the audience laughed, and I went, wait, if I pause there, there's a laugh there, and I don't know why.
Right.
Literally,
26
we're
years
it's a
later.
debate among the cast
Hmm.
of why we're getting a laugh on these two places where I just accidentally paused one night. But you know what?
Mhm.
Far be it from me to get away from a laugh. So I
Right.
guess I'll
No.
just pause, and
I love it.
it's so fun. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. I
I
mean,
love
most of the laughs we know why they're laughing, but every
Yeah.
now and then there's a discovery. You say, well, I don't even know why that's funny, but I'm keeping it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. That stays. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so Patrick, you're doing some of the magic, right?
Yes.
Okay. And then John, what's sort of your specialty in the show?
Well, as far as the specialty kind of things I do, I'll just say that I do a really wonderful dance like an animal. I don't want to give that away.
Okay. Okay.
And then I also do a thing called Montana, which is I'm teaching the audience to sing two songs together at the same time. But
Okay.
and that's fun. And then shadow puppets, and Patrick is also involved in shadow puppets with me, and those are
Excellent.
a definite highlight of the show, or the
Yeah.
shadow puppets.
They're big.
And Paul is not with us today, but he is doing more of the musical
Yeah,
stuff,
he plays
right?
piano and does
He plays-
impressions
okay.
of 70s singers, and it's awesome.
He'll take some
Excellent.
requests. There's a
Yep.
portion in the show where he takes some requests,
Yeah.
which is a ton of fun because, over the years, you sometimes hear some of the same things
Hmm.
requested. But what's great is you really know which ones are loaded up. So if somebody says, if they call out an artist, John and I can kind of sit back and say, all right, this show it's his show for the next 2.5 minutes while he does this
Mhm.
impression, because this one always just cleans house.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you sometimes, you almost want to load those up saying, could you please ask for Neil Diamond? Could you please do it?
Yeah.
Well, and we do have a 9-foot concert grand Steinway that we're going to be bringing on stage for you guys. So hopefully he'll be pleased with that. The college did make that investment, and so we're very, very proud to have that.
So they must have done the whole Steinway, where they go to the Steinway factory or whatever, and they like do that
They did.
experience that I heard about on NPR. That's like for
Yes.
days where they go.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I want to talk about that when we get there.
Yeah. Now I didn't get to go, but
Yeah.
our dean, I'm sorry, our fine arts division chair, and some of our administrative people did get to go, and so they did. They spent multiple days. They picked out
it's
everything.
amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's incredible. So
It's an incredible thing.
it's a beautiful piano, and so we're excited to have y'all use that on stage. So, what's a personal favorite part of the show that never gets old to you? And again, I don't want to have too many spoilers, but this has been great to just kind of give a little insight so what people can expect when they come.
There's one moment for me in the show, and it's an entrance and exit. I call it the walk of shame, and it starts when I've already been kind of like pushed away from the guys because I keep on disappointing them, and they're on stage talking about da 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 da, and Patrick is, well, and Paul says, or Hugh says, well, guess we got used to not being with Bob because Bob's kind of annoying, and da 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 da, and then Buzz says, well, we were hot, he was not. As I actually come right up to them, walking the whole way, and I hear he was hot, he was not, and I do a turn, and in this last space we were in was so wide, like a basketball court. The walk was so long. I decided to make that the joke. I just did this stupid walk that went on and on and on, and I got up to them and went, and now my exit was just as long, and the audience laughed the entire time all the way. It was stupid, and
so
I love that.
We're kind of talking behind his back.
Yeah,
he thinks we're talking positively, so he has exited the stage. He's now coming back. Because he's, they're talking about me, and it isn't until he gets right upon us that he realizes that we're sort of slamming him, and he just walks away as if he was never there. But it's hysterical.
But I did this kind of walk of a drunk guy who's trying to not look drunk.
Yeah.
And it just worked for the moment, but it was so funny because it's the longest exit that I've ever had to do, and I'm like, I want all stages to be just ridiculously wide.
Excellent. Hey, we could probably work something out for you. We got a 45-foot proscenium, so we could
cool.
It sounds like a sad toddler walking away, if you've ever
he waddles a bit.
Seen that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I get to do magic in the show. I mean, I've been a magician my whole life. And that's part of how I got the part, because whenever they tried to get an actor to teach them magic, it became this impossible task. So they had to go find magicians because it was a pretty specific thing they needed. And in the second act, I do a classic of magic, the cups and balls trick. That doesn't spoil anything. If you like it, come see the show. If you hate it, I don't know what you're talking about. But over the last year, I've been adding levels of complications to it. And so instead of doing it the way I'd always done it for years, and it had become so rote to me that the difficult stuff was not only not difficult, I didn't even think about it. I didn't think about the sleight of hand portion of it. I didn't think about some of the stuff that I had to do. And so I thought, well, now it's time to, I would have never started with all of these complications, but I've added levels of complications that have made the trick much more difficult to do, but much more fun because the payoff is better for me. And so it's kind of become one of my new favorite parts to do. Yet each night I go, I hope I don't mess this up.
No, it really has added a sparkle to the thing that the audience definitely is elevated in that moment for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I love that. Well, okay, so we're going to do a rapid fire round. So this is going to be, maybe we'll go back and forth. And so I want you to answer as quickly as possible. We'll start with John. Okay. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Most dramatic one in the group.
I would say me.
Okay.
If you're talking about me personally, it's definitely me. I can be a lot.
Good to know. Good to know.
Yeah.
So we'll be prepared for your divaness when you come.
Yeah.
to-
Not met that much, but on this last run a little bit.
All right. So, okay, Patrick,
Yeah.
most likely to join a boy band tomorrow.
Yeah,
Patrick.
that would be me as their manager.
Oh, all right. Hey,
And
that'll probably
and a
be a good
performer
gig.
because he's always doing these dance moves off stage and
I'm
on
always
the show.
I'm trying to do in-sync dance moves. I really am.
Hey, I
I've gotten
love
a little old
NSYNC.
for it, but so have they. In-sync is
Listen,
old now too. So there.
Yeah.
I know that's my
Yeah.
generation, and now people that listen, they're doing tributes now of my music. That's when you know. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Yeah,
When the
when they say,
tribute routes start happening
uh-huh,
That's it.
for the
yeah,
90s mixtape, that's when you
Yep.
know.
That's right.
Yeah.
yes. Yeah, In-sync is now doing the Broadway rendition of Hips a Poppin'. They've gotten so old. Yes. Is it Hips a? No, that's Hell's a Poppin'. Hips a Poppin', Hell's a Poppin'.
I love it.
So, yeah.
Okay. Okay, John, who is the biggest coffee snob?
Oh, I would say definitely Patrick.
Yeah,
Oh.
I'm agreeing. Yeah.
All right. Okay,
Yeah.
Patrick, most likely to accidentally insult someone and not notice.
John, I'm so sorry.
Wow. Do I do
No,
that?
no, I'm just remembering that time we were doing a TV interview. Do you remember this? And you were in the
Oh,
green
about
room.
the figures?
No.
Okay.
This is when you accidentally
Oh,
insulted the governor.
the governor.
You insulted the governor, and then these two women that were going to be on the TV show before us, they leave, and I said, "By the way, John, the woman who just left is the governor's wife."
Yeah. Well,
But it was hysterical.
it's hysterical. Yeah.
You
Hey,
know,
listen, if you're in the South, you be real careful because
I
everybody knows
will be.
everybody. You know
I
what I'm
will be.
saying? You got
Yeah,
you
yeah,
got to
yeah.
watch out.
But one
All
time I
right.
said at an interview also about because Iowa has a lot of farmers and I noticed that a bunch of them had amputated fingers as they were leaving when I was shaking hands. And I said, "Boy, I've noticed a lot of people missing fingers." And our
Yeah.
president of our civic center was like, "John, what are you doing?" So Patrick's right.
Hey,
That's
occupational
hilarious.
hazard, I guess.
yeah.
All right. So most likely to talk their way into free dessert.
Not me. I'm not a dessert guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably Paul Summers.
Is it
Probably
Paul?
I was going
Hugh.
to say Paul.
He's got a sweet tooth. Yeah,
Hey,
he's
we
not
got
here.
we got to call out Paul, you know. He's not
Yeah,
here to
no,
defend
yeah.
himself. So
I was definitely going to go with Paul on that one. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
agree.
Yeah.
so he's going to claim
Because
it's his birthday whenever
Yes.
he
every
goes.
single
So,
time.
Yeah.
It's my birthday anniversary. My dog
Right.
died earlier
Yes.
today.
Yeah.
What is it going to take to get a scoop of ice cream? What's it
Right.
going to
That's right.
take?
That's right. All right. Most likely to become a motivational speaker.
Well, I've done sketch comedy before where I was a motivational speaker, so I guess probably me.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Hey, that
think,
could be a side
yeah,
gig, you
Yep.
know?
yeah,
Hey, they make some big bucks. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
you
Oh
know?
yeah. Oh
yeah.
yeah.
All right, last question. So, what do you want this audience to feel walking out on Sunday?
I want to say we just had this experience of being up in Minneapolis during all the strife up there, and
Mhm.
during that time, I decided to purpose the show just towards giving people 90 minutes of joy wherever they come from, whoever they are,
Yeah.
whatever they feel, and people will feel joy from the show. It is the best part about this show is watching people watch us because the
Mhm.
joy. It's crazy. People
That's
love this
Joy is,
show.
yeah, that's my
Yeah.
word as well. And
Yeah.
it
Mhm.
goes back to I did a performance of this show the day after 9/11. We were going to cancel it
Oof.
because we thought, well, there's craziness going on. But they said, well, nobody's tickets are still selling. So we did the show. We had no idea what to expect. And it was a packed house, and people were in tears coming out and
Mhm.
laughter saying, that's what I needed. And I realized,
Mhm.
oh, that's right. That's our piece of the puzzle in this world. Some people cure illnesses. Uh, we bring you joy for 90 minutes
Mhm.
so that you can leave the cares of the world behind for that brief period of time. And we do
Mhm.
take that seriously. We realize that, when people walk in the theater, they don't care what our day's been like. They care what their day's been like. And we have to care about that too. So
Yeah.
we do when we take it like, let's just delight these people.
Yeah.
And it's fun. It's fun to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that is excellent. And that's really totally agree. That is the goal of the Baker Center here, is to bring joy to our community. No matter who you are, we say, it's an elegant place to be, it's a beautiful place to be, but there's a low barrier to entry. Anybody's welcome. And so we're just so proud to be able to present you guys here. And our motto is radical hospitality. So we want to show our patrons and our artists and our crew members and everybody that enters these doors, we want them to feel special and seen, and loved, and that joy when they
Awesome.
leave. So yeah.
Here's why I think we're a perfect show for the Baker Center then. We
Mhm.
are, very often we've gone to cities and we've discovered that we are the entry, we're the gateway, drug to bigger, better theater for people. And we
Mhm.
will often have people say, you know what, I've been trying to bring my dad, my cousin, my brother, whatever, to
Mhm.
theater. They don't want to go to the theater. They want to go to the theater. And then they
Mhm.
pick this show to bring them to. And this show is the one that leads to them seeing more theater because they say, well, that
Oh,
was
excellent.
really fun. So we've always
Mhm.
been kind of, it's like, if you don't even know if you like theater, then we are the people you need to come see,
Mhm.
because you're going to have so much fun. Then, next thing you know, you might be going seeing some serious theater. You might go see Les Miserables, and
Yeah.
almost everybody doesn't end up well. Just so you know, spoiler.
Right.
Just
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, good. Well, I appreciate y'all so much. And I would like to thank you guys, Patrick and John, and we'll see Paul on Sunday, for joining us today. And we look forward to hosting you at the Baker Center on Sunday, January 25th. Tickets are on sale at bakercenterforthearts.org. And I think it's going to be a great time. So we
Thank you so
appreciate your
much.
time, and wonderful. Thank you so much.
Yep.
Thank you.